AITA for calling my mom saggy after she continuously called me bouncy? My mom is 38 and I'm 16. My dad is 42. My mom used to pride herself on having large breasts. She's been self-conscious ever since she had my youngest brother because they kinda deflated after having 5 kids. So because of this, she likes to point out my breasts every chance she gets. Unfortunately, I was unlucky and ended up with big breasts. She likes to make fun of me and point it out. For example, one time I needed new bras when I was 14 because I outgrew the ones I had, so when we got back into the car she looked at my dad and said, "How does it make you feel to know that your daughter is a insert cup size here?" Quote, "A few months ago I grew again and needed more bras, and while we were at the checkout she said, loudly for everyone there to hear, 'It's so sad when your daughter has bigger boobs than you.'" Quote, "She laughs at me when I run or jump because of my boobs. It makes me so uncomfortable." And then one day, she came up with a nickname for me, bouncy. I hated the nickname for many reasons. I am extremely insecure about the size of my chest and she just has to point it out. After about a week of her calling me this, I called her saggy. She got really pissed and my dad yelled at me. She still brings it up to this day, and I just wanted to know if I'm an ass for calling her that. NTA. It's really gross when parents project their own issues with sexual confidence and body image into their kids. NTA. Tell her it's creepy to hear stuff from your own mom and that it sounds more like some stalkery cat. Call her on the street. I'd have a sit down with them that you find it very dehumanizing to be basically referred to just your breasts, and you wouldn't like it from a fellow teenager, but that it's especially gross, hurtful when one's own mother does this. I would point out that many people often become so ashamed of their body part due to bullying that they have them severely reduced. Maybe that would cause them to take it a bit more seriously. NTA. This is emotional abuse bordering on sexual abuse. NTA. Your mom is being very weird and gross. NTA. Backquote. How does it make you feel to know that your daughter is a insert cup size here? Backquote. I really can't wrap my head around that one. What a very invasive, inconsiderate, gross thing to say to your dad. If I were you, I'd ask her why your breast size is on her mind so much. Might make her realize how fucking weird she's acting. NTA. Shouldn't be poking fun if you're so sensitive yourself. I also have big boobs, so I know your pain. Unfortunately though, I shouldn't have any as I'm a man. NTA. As a mother, I want to say I'm so sorry you have to deal with this. I'm assuming it is coming from a place of insecurity for your mother as she gets older and feels less than who she was before physically. But that is no excuse for the verbal, mental, and emotional distress, and I want to say abusive way she is speaking to you. Try your best to get away from her and minimize interaction. Love yourself because this is your life and you deserve to be comfortable and happy with you. NTA. She knows it makes you uncomfortable and continues to do it. I have a 15-year-old daughter. It's never even crossed my mind to make comments about her breasts to anyone, family or otherwise. That's weird AF and disrespectful. I would carry on if she keeps calling you bouncy. Call her saggy right back every time. If she gets upset, you can say, I feel just that upset every time you comment on my breasts. So why is it terrible if I do it, but acceptable if you do it? I deserve to be spoken to lovingly and with respect, and not called names that devalue me. NTA. Your mother is jealous that you're young and she's had 5 kids. It changes your body. She's taking that out on you by constantly mentioning your breasts. I'd keep calling her saggy. NTA. Turnabout as fair play, as they say. Also, what kind of parent harasses a child about their body? She sounds like a real crappy person. The dad's not looking too good either. I say every time she calls you bouncy or makes a comment about your chest, I'd counter with the saggy comment. NTA, you had enough and snapped at her. By the time I was 14, I was a DD and my family loved to tease me about it. I ran track and needed to layer 2 sports bras and a fitness tank under my shirt to do so comfortably. But I loved track, so I did it. My whole family relentlessly teased me about it. And when my mother found out that I did this, proceeded to tell my whole family. They then began saying that I should quit to avoid black eyes and sore thighs. One day I had enough and told my mother that I was sorry that her breasts were so long, and that she felt so badly about them that she needed to bully her own daughter. Her feelings were hurt. I was in trouble for being mean over a joke, and told that I had no idea what it was like to have children change your body. Eventually, she started speaking to me again and I apologized and explained that how she felt about that one comment was how they made me feel all the time. I pointed out that maybe she had forgotten how awkward being a teenager was, but to try to remember that awkwardness, sensitivity amplified by having the body of a young adult. My mother never let anyone tease me again. Try and talk to her and explain how you feel about everything if it is still bothering you. Love your body and embrace yourself. You are beautiful the way you are and no one can take that from you. NTA. It is so very weird when moms do this. My own mom spent many years trying to convince me I needed a breast reduction. I don't. I'm a 3/4 DD. Which is not even very large and certainly not enough to physically impact me in case back problems and such. I don't know why people do this. But this is not your problem. It's a societal problem that we treat girls' bodies like something everyone else gets a say in. Tell your mom directly that it makes you very uncomfortable when she talks about your breasts. Repeat that direct statement as much as you need to. If she's even halfway a good parent, she'll get it. Calling out a 14-year-old's cup size in the middle of a crowded store is inappropriate on so many levels. It's cringeworthy. You keep calling her saggy until she drops that absurd nickname. If your father calls it disrespectful, tell him turnabout as fair play. NTA. I find the fact that a grown woman is obsessed with her daughter's breasts deeply disturbing. I have small breasts and I remember my mom making comments like, men only like women with big breasts like mine, which I found so creepy. It's really because they're aging and feel insecure about their daughters. But did she stop though? ETA. NTA, don't dish it out if you can't take it. NTA. Your mother is sexually harassing you. No. Not in the same way a man would. But she's treating you like a sex object. Not a person. Not a daughter. You didn't ask for this. She needs to get over her insecurity. Maybe get herself a boob job to perk up her breasts. She has a double standard. 2. It's the worst thing in the world when it's your mother calling you names. But you're not allowed to criticize her. I would know. Your father is enabling her by taking her side. I would know about this. 2. NTA. Your mom sounds like a horrible person, and if she were a man this would be extreme sexism. Your dad also sounds like a perv for saying, "It's so sad when your daughter has bigger boobs than you." Quote. It's super weird that your mom is jealous of your boobs. I'm sorry. Being a teenager is hard enough. Your parents should never comment on your appearance. Saggy is a great comeback and she 100% deserved it. Maybe she shouldn't dish it out if she can't take it. NTA, concentrate on your schoolwork and getting out of that house. Your mom's body issues are her own. Don't let her pass them off to you. You're perfect the way you are.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.